Hey guys, welcome to converting from intercept form to factored form. Remember, intercept form is what looks like the factored form all the way down, and we're converting that to vertex form, which is where we can easily see our vertex from the equation. So the first thing that we need to do is identify the P and Q values, and then we'll find the axis of symmetry and vertex. To find the axis of symmetry and vertex, we'll take our P and Q values, add them together, and divide them by 2. We do that because the axis of symmetry is halfway between our two x-intercepts. To find the y value of the vertex, we'll plug in our axis of symmetry for x, and then we'll use our vertex values x and y as h and k and plug it into our vertex form. So let's work out a problem so that you can better see this. For number 19, we're going to identify our a value, which is 2, and then our p and q values. My p value is positive 2, and my q value is negative 3. You can put that in either order. P and q can be interchanged at any time. Next, step 2, we're going to find our AOS. To find our axis of symmetry, that is p plus q over 2. So we'll plug in our two numbers. 2 plus negative 3 over 2, which gives me negative 1/2. Now we will plug in our axis of symmetry into our original formula. And doing this, it will find the other part of our vertex. Because the axis of symmetry is the first half of the vertex, we have to find the second half, or our y value. So we'll plug in the axis of symmetry, solving for y, 2 parentheses negative 1/2 minus 2 times negative 1/2 plus 3. You'll type this directly into your calculator as you see it. So negative 1/2 minus 2 parentheses negative 1/2 plus 3. And that's going to give me the value of negative 25 over 2. We'll take our axis of symmetry and our y value and know that this is our new vertex. Our vertex is negative 1/2 and then negative 25 over 2, also known as h and k. And then we'll simply plug it into vertex form. So vertex form is y equals a x minus h squared plus k. Our a value is 2 that we found from our original problem. Our h value is negative 1/2, so minus negative 1/2 squared plus my k value of negative 25 over 2. We know that writing minus a negative is not realistic, so we'll write that as x plus 1/2 squared. And then plus a negative is also not a realistic way to write it, so we'll just do minus 25 over 2. And that is your vertex form for this function. Number 20. So we have x plus 4 and x plus 4. First, we will identify our a values, which are 1. And then my p value is negative 4, and my q value is also negative 4. First, we'll find our axis of symmetry. by adding my P and Q values together, so -4 plus -4, and then dividing that by 2, which is -8 divided by 2, which gives me -4. We'll take my axis of symmetry and plug it into my original equation to find my y value. So instead of x, we'll do -4 plus 4, and then -4 plus 4 again, which is 0 times 0, which gives me 0. Now that I have my axis of symmetry and my y value, we know that that translates to be my vertex. So my vertex will be at -4, 0. Now we'll take that information and plug it into vertex form. My a value found originally was 1. X minus my h value, remember my h value is the x from my vertex, x minus -4 squared, plus my k value, which is my y value of my vertex, which gives me 0. Well, we write this to get rid of some extra steps. So 1's out front, minus a negative turns into a positive. And then you don't have to write the plus 0 on the outside. You can just leave your equation as is. All right, next is example 21. We'll start off by identifying my a value, which is -1, my p value, which is -5, and my q value of -2. And then we'll find our axis of symmetry, which is my p value plus my q value over 2, which gives me -7 over 2. We'll plug that into my equation to find my y value. And again, you'll type that into your calculator exactly as you see it. Negative parentheses, -7 over 2 plus 5 times -7 over 2 plus 2. And that gives us 9/4. So now we know our vertex, which is -7/2 and 9/4. And we'll plug that into vertex form. Where my a value is -1, my h value is -7/2, and my k value is 9/4. We'll go back in and simplify. Also have -1, x, and instead of minus a negative, we'll do plus 7/2 plus 9 over 4. And last but not least, example number 22. First up, identify a, which is 4, p, which is -7, and q, which is +4. To find my axis of symmetry, I'll add my p and q values together and divide that by 2, which gives me -3/2. And then I'll find my y value by plugging it in. So once you plug it in by hand on your paper, you want to plug that directly into your calculator. So 4 times -3 over 2 plus 7, and then times -3 over 2 minus 4. And that gives me -121. So my vertex here is going to be -3/2 and -121. We'll plug that into vertex form. Where my A value is 4. My H value is -3/2. And my K value is -121. We'll simplify that down, get rid of some extra negatives to leave me with 4 times x plus 3/2 squared minus 121. And that is your final answer in vertex form.